I don't know where my other birthday present went. I moved things, did some stuff. It is gone forever. Hopefully some people will hop in here in a second. I wasn't going to set it up to be a proper, like, the way we do normal unboxings, but I'm dead. We'll keep it nice and simple for my birthday. I wasn't even planning on doing anything today. Oh, but I never got to edit anything yet, so I don't think I'm going to go good at editing things yet at the moment. So we're just going to roll with it. Also, like I said, I don't know where the one went. Thought it was on the shelf out there. It's currently not. Just woke up. Must be nice. I didn't get to bed till like after 1 because Casey was like refusing to sleep in her bed. So I had to lay on her floor with her holding my finger. It was the cutest thing ever. Till 1 o'clock in the morning. Because she fell asleep probably around midnight, I think. Because I think I passed out for like 30 minutes and then my back was like, I hate my life. So, yeah. Anyways, listen up, Rangers. Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve. Been a good birthday. We did a bunch of running around today. Went to a vintage toy shop that I haven't been to in a hot minute. Yeah. Usually it's my side. My side keeps, like, wakes me up quite a bit. Usually. Anyways, went to a vintage toy shop. Time Travelers. It's over by Madison Heights. It's actually really close to the Detroit Zoo, I found out. So if you're going to the Detroit Zoo, it's pretty much in the exact same area. One of these days, I should just like film doing toy stores that I go to. I feel like enough people do that though. And I always feel super awkward trying to film around anybody anyways. So we went there. We also went to a place called Screamers because it was sort of on the way home. So we checked that place out, which funny enough is the first thing I'll show you guys real quick. Is they had this in stock, which I had pre-ordered, but since we found it and it was pretty much the same price as the pre-order was, just decided to grab it anyways. Because one thing, trying to get back into possibly doing more of the board game stuff. We're board gamers, so trying to do some more like tabletop toy style games for the channel. So I actually just filmed one not too long ago. This will probably be the next one. Which is pretty much essentially a Jaws action figure with a gimmick. But it's Jaws. Growing up, loved Jaws. Needed some kind of good representation of it in the collection. The best thing that I have so far is a Funko Pop. So we need to fix that. So we got Bruce here. I don't think I'm going to get the human characters since we already know we're not going to be getting all the characters anyways. So there's not really much of a point. But having the actual monster from the movie, super sweet. Not sure where we're putting it. It's probably going to hang out upstairs in my bedroom more than likely because it's horror themed. Well, horror-ish themed. So we got this, so we'll unbox this today. One we did a video of. Funny thing, I didn't even get through all of it. Arnez brought over his birthday presents, which was a box of Pokemon cards, but it's all like a lot of miscellaneous random stuff. Nothing super expensive, like anything that I've noticed that's like crazy expensive. But there's like some foils and some reverse foil stuff. Like no EXs or any of the, like I said, the pricier things. But it's kind of cool to go through and bulks out this collection a little bit. My only negative is I have so many packages now of Pokemon energies that Casey's probably going to be messing around with these. Usually when I offer to the Casey gods when she wants to do things. And then he also gave me one of his, because Arnez likes to collect shirts, so he had a Kill la Kill shirt that he wasn't doing anything because he sold all his stuff. So because I still have all my Kill la Kill stuff, gave it to me. And then my wife got me, which I don't plan on unboxing here. We showed it off yesterday. Was the Dimension X Vacation Sets, which is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Christmas episode figures. I don't plan on opening these or doing a review, unlike we did with the music set. I like the music set. This one, I think, I like the box. And I'll be honest, I'm kind of running out of shelf space for some of this stuff. And I don't feel like these are the kind of thing I would maybe like bust out around like November, December time to decorate with. But I think until then, it's just going to hang out in the office. And I really wish I knew where the other present for my wife went. So like I say, it isn't where I remember it sitting. Which was a Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad bubble bath. Which is not easy to find. Especially wrapped. Like, it's not unused. It still has 31-year-old bubble bath in it. And I feel at some point we should make a Patreon tier or something. Like, you spend so much money, we'll take a bubble bath. And if you spend so much money, we'll make an OnlyFans bubble bath. Yeah. But the fun thing for myself, and this was kind of a... Oh yeah, I forgot my wife's Blue Eyes White Dragon's hanging out in this thing. She got a plushy Blue Eyes. Sounds like kind of sweet. It's an import one. I think it's an import one. She was saying it was an import one. It says Tokyo. We're going to go with it. Little scary Blue Eyes White Dragon. In attack mode, as always they should be. Make sure real quick I'm adjusting the comments. And then the birthday present for myself is the reason why we went to that toy store. Because back in the day, we went there a couple of times. And the first time I went there, morbidly cured, I would be down. It wouldn't even have to be that much, to be honest. The thing was, my wife showed it to me. It was $50 to get. So it would have to exceed that, for sure. Plus, putting my upper shirtless body. Oh, I guess I could still wear a shirt. For me to get wet and bubbly, cost a little bit. But anyways, so last time I went to this toy store, they were at a different location. It was at an older building, and I'll be honest, I felt like they had a lot more back then, but this was like a couple of years ago now. And they moved to a new location, and the one thing when I went there last time that I remember strongly is they had a bunch of the Hasbro 12-inch Star Wars figures, which is like my go-to Star Wars thing to collect. I like the Micro Squadron stuff because starships and they're not super big. Black Series, but I'm only collecting Black Series of things I can't get in the Hasbro 12-inch line that I like. So it's pretty much just been Mandalorian and a couple of the game things here and there. Few exceptions. I have like the cast of Rogue One in Black Series. And then, of course, the 12-inch Hasbros. And they had a ton last time I was there. This time, not as much. Because they had a bunch of like loose ones too, which I wish they still had because I remember them having a Jango Fett. I think it was like a little over a year ago we were there because I took some stuff to sell. Yes, because it was right before I went to Orlando. It was the last time I was there. And picked up, like I said, some of my Hasbro Star Wars stuff there. So I wanted to go back, see what they had, see if I could find some more stuff that I didn't have for the collection. Maybe they'll have some harder to find ones. Thank you, Lady Draco. And sure enough, they had a couple. So I ended up grabbing them. One of the first ones I grabbed, pretty much because it was cheap and I didn't have it, and I'm going to be opening these anyways, is a Episode 1 QuiGon Jin. Oddly enough, it says it's open, but I guess there's double tape on the bottom, so that's probably it. Because for these, I don't really like the box. Nothing I care about. Because like I've opened almost all of them except for the ones with leather. Because how old these things are, just like handling them tends to damage the leather on them. So those I've left in the package. So like Jar Jar Binks and my oh, your name's covered up. Man, I just looked at this thing yesterday. The Gungan Captain. He's in the box still too. But grab Qui-Gon, because I didn't have Qui-Gon, so now I have Qui-Gon and a Darth Maul. And then one of the funner ones is because you don't see these every day, is I was able to get a battle droid. Which I still really love these battle droids. I always thought they were like the coolest thing. For me, I loved Star Wars Episode 1. I still don't get like all the hate for that movie. It's my favorite of the prequels, is Episode 1. Followed closely by Revenge of the Sith. I would argue, like, I would say Revenge of the Sith is probably the better movie, but I just, like, I don't know, The Phantom Menace still felt like the most Star Wars. It still felt fairly Star Wars to me, without it being, like, directly Star Wars. Like, I didn't need any returning characters or nothing. Like, having pretty much all new people still worked really well for me. Yeah, so I've been trying to get more of these, like, next thing, which is one of the more expensive ones to get a hold of. Got her cheaper because I guess she's been hanging around the shop for quite a bit. And the box is not the best. But finally got a Slave Leia, which I used to have the Black Series one, and I sold it with like all my Black Series a while back, and then got back into it. And it was one of the ones I was like, man, I should have just kept that one just for giggles. So finding out there's a 12-inch version, I've been kind of trying to hunt one of these down, but I hate ordering these kind of things. Like, if I'm buying vintage stuff, I kind of want to get it, like, I want it in person so I can get a good look at it before I purchase them. Because I've had issues of trying to order stuff, like mint on the card comes in, it's popping off the card. Or something happens in transition or lost in translation. But I was able to get her, which I think is funny enough, it's just called Leia in Chains. So, probably the one I'm most excited about is my half-naked Barbie. And another one I think is really cool, I think I remember them having last time I was there, but I had to skip on it, is also got Forlom, the bounty hunter that you see when they're standing on the Darth Vader's Star Destroyer. So, super sweet to have this one, too, because I don't want to get more of the bounty hunters. I still need to find, yeah, there's an IG-88, a Bosk, and I know there's a Dengar, too. So, at some point, would like to grab some of those. And the fun thing is with the tariffs and stuff happening, might be collecting those a little bit harder than I used to, if I'm not going to be buying or importing as much. I'll probably go back and start getting some more, like, the vintage things that I actually want to get. Because the big things currently I would love is finishing up the bounty hunters. I would love to get a General Grievous. There's a Grievous in this scale. I think are the top ones I would love to get a hold of. And then, of course, the set stuff. Like, I still don't have a speeder bike. I don't have the Luke with the Wampa. And a few other things like that would be kind of cool. I have the hard, like, I don't know if it's the hardest. I've seen it more times than I should have, which is the Dewback with the Stand Trooper, which I think is my favorite one. Mainly just because the thing's like ridiculously massive. But anyways, we're gonna start cracking open some stuff. I guess we'll start with the Star Wars stuff, and then we'll end with the Jaws figure, if that's cool. All right. Should grab my nippers. I know I have a pair of nippers in here, so we're gonna destroy some value. Now we gotta save Shark for last. It was funny when we're gonna go get some nippers. Unless I still have my set sitting here, which I've been randomly cleaning, so. Not the case. Not the case at the moment. Yeah, the zip ties of doom. All right, back in 3 seconds. Never mind, 3 seconds were too long. My nippers were actually still in my office. They were just over on the other table. So we ain't got time. I am not untwisty tying all of these. And these nippers are already kind of jacked up to begin with, so they're perfect for doing this kind of thing. So the other thing you kind of got to worry about these things a little bit is possibly damaging them. Hey, Chris! Because they're older. The one thing I do love about this line, though, is when you do find them, they're pretty easy. Oh, the best thing about the rubber band ties with these things is they're always deteriorated. Like, I had lost a hand. Oh, the hand has hinges. Neato. It popped off. I'm like, I swear to God, if this thing broke, I'm going to be super sad. But he's actually got posable fingers. Why does it have extra articulation at the hand, but it doesn't have an... Does that bend? Oh, it does bend. Let's see, why do they give him extra articulation at the elbow, but nothing at the hand? Okay, so it can bend. Anything at the knees? Looks like it. I don't know if you guys hear that popping. Oh. It's moving. Nothing at the bottom, body. Oh, the head can move. Let's always wonder with these two is like the head actually is already kind of scuffed up a little bit. And it's like, how? This thing's been in the package for how long? It's got old man joints for sure. It's got a joint in the head too. Well, in the neck, it looks like the head's attached. And another random thing of collecting I would like to eventually maybe get back into buying for Star Wars is I used to have, growing up, a bunch of weapons, like the old toy guns, like this one in particular. Eventually, I ended up taking one of these and turning it into a laser tag gun because it's just like, it sounded cool at the time. And now it's like, well, I don't do laser tag, and I still have it hanging around, but it's like missing like all the important bits. Oh, if only I could get it like the arms to bend in so I could kind of two-hand the blaster. Would be cool. I also like that it's posable, but it doesn't hold this thing worth a damn. But details, super sweet. It's got the little backpack here. It's got some coloring for like the battle damage. It's pretty cool. Not the craziest thing ever. It doesn't also take... Nice thing is it doesn't take up a lot of shelf space for being a 12-inch figure. So dig that one. Let's open Qui-Gon real quick. Because to what I was told, he shouldn't really be attached to anything. And he's not. Good. I might have to fix his hair. Got his lightsaber. Which has got a little bit of a bend to it. We could fix that. It's like, why is this attached so well? Alright, we're gonna have to fix his hair a little bit. Good old Liam Neeson. Yeah, he got that Barbie hair. Yeah, it's gonna be is he bald in the back? Oh, things I learned today. On a funny note, the back of his head has like this giant bald spot. Get him to the Barbie salon. I'm gonna have to look at how the hair's supposed to be. I feel like he's missing some well, actually, I think he's just missing hair, period. Oof. Why is it like that? I wonder if that's supposed to be like that. So I feel like he's supposed to have longer hair, but doesn't. Well, that's fine. Eventually, we're going to have to get another one anyways. He'll just wear his cloak. All will be well. And to be fair, like we said, we didn't spend a lot of money on him. So, we got Qui-Gon. That's all that matters. Plus, like, the episode 1 stuff isn't the most impossible thing to find. And like I said, there's actually other versions of him. So him with the cloak, I almost would prefer to have the cloak on his head anyways. While the other one, there's a version of him in the same attire as fighting Darth Maul. That one would want it more exposed outward. But this works for me. Yeah, because it's like attached to the fabric anyways. I'll have to mess around with it more. Because I feel like that could have been on purpose too, to be fair. Alright, let's toss the stuff over that yonder so I can put it in a garbage bag later. Next we have for you. My favorites, last time I unboxed a bunch of these things, I had some random comments of people being super hurt about me opening these things. And I was just like, out of all my Star Wars stuff, this is probably the thing I would be like the most inclined to not sell. Because growing up, I had, like a lot of kids my age, if you were into Star Wars, you were buying, your parents or yourselves were buying the Power of the Force figures. So like the smaller, cheap ones. I had a ton of those growing up. But the thing I always really gravitated towards, but I couldn't, but it was like out of my reach, was my mom was collecting these 12-inch ones, and I thought they were the coolest thing ever, right? Big, like I was super into Star Wars, they're big, they're sweet. Yeah, well, it was, when I was a kid, it was still bad like this. Like, I wanted, like, everything. And actually, I had some Primal Rage figures growing up because they were like Godzilla, so my mom didn't mind buying them. One thing that's always fun about these is just, like, how unwell anything ever holds anything with these line. The gun's sweet. But I always thought these were like the sweetest thing. So being this age now, I buy these over the old Power of the Force figures, because these were just like growing up, these like left such an impression on me that I just feel like I need these more than the little figures. And I was also never allowed to open them. So joke's on you, mother. The big ones be sweet. I still need to like grab a few, but again, it's one of those things I don't want to order them. So if I find Primal Rage figures, I will pick them up. If I don't find Primal Rage figures, is what it is. Oh, he's got bendable knees. And feet. You know, he's pretty much just a C-3PO with a different head. Different head and a little torso thing going on. But pretty sweet. Just odd that his head's like the completely wrong color. I guess it's sort of like that in the movie, but it's just like super gray in comparison. But pretty sweet. And then finally, God, I feel like I should leave this one in the box and we're gonna be out. Nah. It's one of those things like I'm afraid I'm gonna open this and then Casey, one of these days, I'm going to come home to her. She found your Star Wars things. And Leia's hair is going to look like Qui-Gon Jin's, and I'm going to be super sad about it. Oh, what's the string? always funny where these things kind of get stuck, and you're like, why is it still stuck? And you're like, oh, it's got an extra wire hanging out in here. Holy crap, look how they strangled my girl, dude. Like, I clipped it on the back, and it's still wrapped around her neck on the inside, too. Poor Leia. Oh, there's more tape. Okay, why is her hair stuck? I'm like, oh, there's a piece of string. Ugh. Take that out. Emphasize sleep right. Right. Thankfully, Mom's not. Well, Mom's not. God, I haven't lived with my mom since 18. 18, pretty much shortly after high school, I moved out. Oh, I don't know if I'm supposed to cut this, but I'm going to. Because it's stitched around her sleeve, the dress part of it. And I want this to be open. Why is it so hard to snip? There we go. This needs to be free. There we go. Watch out. Oh no, like I said, they're in box, so they're fine. The Chinese chick. Watch out. Cause some damage. Heck yeah. Probably not gonna mess with this one too much, if I'm gonna be honest. She's probably just gonna get sort of posed and put on the shelf. It's not, like I said, it's not like there's that much you can really do with it. It's like the arms go forward and back. Oh, she has knee articulation. Alright, we ain't gonna mess with that because this is soft rubber here. So the more you bend this, the more likely it's gonna cause damage. But that's cool. Okay, we're not gonna touch that. Also, funny enough, she also has underwear. Got upskirt shot, everything. Yeah, so much of this is rubber, like all the armor bits. Also, just losing her top. Alright, be careful flinging her around because you don't want to expose the girls, you know? Well, it's a Barbie, essentially, but I see some of the newer ones, like I gotta get a laugh. There's like a Paris Barbie or something I seen at Target the one time that I didn't need to see up its skirt, but I saw up its skirt. And it was wearing nothing underneath it. And I was just like, I feel like for a Barbie, it should have something. Oh, yeah, this is a job. It'd be sweet. I don't think they made one, though. I would search right now to double check, but I don't think there's a 12-inch Jabba to go with it. If there is, there's a good possibility I might have to try to find one. The only thing is, it would just be like... just kind of laying her down. I guess I could kind of pose her that way a little bit in front of him. Ah, super sweet, though. This is like all kids' dreams is having the Leia figure. Finally got one back for the collection. There's actually multiple versions of that one. Because there's like a special set version too. I might try to get a hold of that to keep it in the package at some point. That one I wouldn't mind having an extra. God, I just realized too, she actually has quite a bit of stomach definition too. She's been jacked. But super sweet. So far the only one out of those I would say the Qui-Gon. But I'm kind of certain that it wasn't supposed to have, the hair wasn't supposed to be like that. But when I saw it, when the guy got down, it didn't look that bad to me. Until opening it. Yeah, variants are great. Okay. The other thing we'll open, check out Jaws. Because my wife and I are probably going to be messing around with this in a little bit. We'll probably play it. Oh, I gotta put the fins on. Okay, I'm not gonna get all the accessories out for the purpose of this video. We will be doing a full video going over this. We'll do a board gamer video. But this is everything that it comes with the stick inside of its mouth. And the hook to play the game with. Probably not. For the most part, there's not really much werewolf things I'm really that into. If they made an underworld, if somebody made like a cool underworld one, that would be a possibility. But other than that, werewolves weren't ever really my thing for the most part. Oh, actually, that's a lie. Dog soldiers. They made dog soldiers. I would. Dog soldiers is dope. But it's also one of those things is like, it'd be cool to have the werewolf, but I still kind of want people to go with the werewolf. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Look at those lips. Ah, so good. It's got an ugly seam line going down the side of it right there. But it is meant to be a game, but this is not an action figure. So it's pretty much just a glorified statue. Sit that over there for a second while I get the fins off. Yeah, because it's like, I like the movies, but just not enough to... Like, I need like some kind of representation of them. Like I said, for most of our horror movie-wise, we kind of got most everything that at least is available. Like, I would love to get more of the Thing creatures, if somebody would make them. NECA. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be honest. Because I heard there's going to be some kind of... No, actually, I found it close by. So I was able to get a hold of it. They had a ton of them, too. Yeah, I want to say they had like 10 of these hanging out this Halloween store we went to today. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll buy it here. Ooh, on high up the fins just slide in and on. Okay, not probably the easiest thing to, if you want to relocate it. It was Screamers. Screamers is what the place calls. It's a Halloween store. So they sell a lot of like Halloween masks and costumes, but they also have a lot of like horror themed action figures, props. It's a lot of cool stuff. They got arcade cabinets. So I was just like, we saw it there and I was just like, well, we had it on order, so yeah. We'll bring it home. We'll mess around with it. So now I'm wondering. So it's locked in. Is there like a timer? Oh, the ton. Yep. So the ton's the gimmick. So you gotta try not to push down on the ton. It's super sensitive. Let's see if I can get the... Yeah. That's pretty cool. God, there's so much space inside of that mouth. Looks really good, though. Yeah, can't say I really got any complaints about it. Like, it looks cool. If anything, like, the underbite may be a little too big. The way it is. But I think it is meant, like I said, meant to be a game, so it's like... that does not take much. So you gotta be like... I wonder how hard this is actually gonna be. Like I said, you gotta apply like enough pressure. Like, it's sensitive, but I feel like if you're grabbing stuff, as long as you're not like digging at the ton, it's not gonna trigger it. But yeah, you just want a Bruce for your shelf. I don't think you're gonna do much better. Unless they actually do make that full-size one. But yeah, I'm digging this one quite a bit. Like I said, the only real thing is just got like really noticeable seam lines, but it's because this thing's like hard plastic, so it's hard to get around that. And then there's like sections like this where there's a lot of excess glue on it. Also, why is it tan there? Because it should be the gray going to here. Weird. T-sharp? Nah, not really. They got a bit of a roundness to them, and they're soft. So it's flexible. So you don't have to worry about you hurting yourself on it. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what human character I got hanging out here. All right, we got our Dutch. It's not too bad. It's a little short. Or a little small, but that doesn't look half bad. And he fits. Oh, do I need to get the one guy now just so I can have him on the shelf getting eaten by getting eaten by Jaws? Oh, I might have to keep an eye out for him now. Pretty cool. 3D printer everything. Surprisingly, well, I was gonna say it comes with a scuba tank. See right there. It would need the barrels, the yellow barrels. Would be pretty cool to put next to this thing. Yeah, like you're saying, there's a good chance that we might not get the big Bruce like they were talking about to go with Hopper and Quint. More than likely, if we did, it would probably be a NECA store exclusive, and then I would be hard pressed to want to buy it because it's a NECA store exclusive. And from what I've seen, their shipping is questionable at best as of late, and been having some issues here and there. At least it feels like that. That there's been a lot of shipping problems going on with dealing with like the straight store. So I would probably pass it down. That's why I was kind of excited that Big Bad put up the Alien Day Romulus Alien for pre-order, so I don't have to buy it straight from them. Don't know if I'm gonna get it still because it's pretty much just a display, like a glorified accessory set. I don't know if I need it, but it's kind of cool. Oh, yeah, that'd be sweet. Yeah, doing like the rolling stand for this. That's not a bad idea. We could read that or even just building it. Could probably just build it out of like balsa wood, I would think. Slap something together. Well, if I did that, then I could 3D scan it, 3D print it, and be good to go. So one of those guys, like, I have a hard time modeling stuff on computer, but if I model it by hand and then scan it into the computer, my life is like, it takes me far less time to go that route than trying to sit there and model it on the computer. So overall, Bruce is sweet. The Star Wars dolls are pretty dope. Qui-Gon's probably the least exciting one, but like I said, I feel like Qui-Gon had some issues. Qui-Gon had more issues than I previously thought. If his hair wasn't so curly, I think I could get away with kind of straightening it. And the rubber bands, his hair already gone anyway, so I'm probably going to take the string out, redo his hair, and then put it back. More than likely. So that's going to be a fun endeavor. And then worst case scenario, don't worry about it. Like I said, somebody mentioned, Lady Draco mentioned a wig. Might just go with that. Right? It might be something like that. Like, just take some of Jessica's hair stuff and go to town on it for a bit. Yeah, I never had them, but I remember them. The one thing I had, I won something from Mountain Dew. They were doing like giveaways, and I won Darth Maul binoculars. I wish I could get those again. Those would be sweet. I had a lot of fun with those because it had like built-in microphones, so you could like hear things at a distance. Qui-Gon Jinn shiny hair. He does have shiny hair. It's definitely a more blonde tint than I remember. Slave Leia is probably honestly my favorite one. This is the one I was like super excited to get a hold of. And she's gonna go hang on the shelf next to Han over there. And the Loam's, like I said, Loam's cool too. Loam's cool too. Like I said, I still want to work on getting the rest of the bounty hunters. Pretty much the bounty hunters, and I wouldn't mind some more of the droids. Especially like prequel droids. Because I know there's like a battle droid. I don't think it's for this brand in particular, but there's one that scales. That would be sweet. And I know that one gets kind of pricey. And of course Grievous. There's the super battle droid. There's a few things. The pit droids, I used to have those. Don't know where they went. So I had them before I moved. Because I remember I still had a few of them from when I was growing up. That and the Luke and Han and the Stormtrooper armor. But those got pretty badly damaged. So just need to replace them. Ooh. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if there's one in the line. You have to find it in like the 12-inch scale. So he'd be pretty big. He'd be like as big as that Dubak. Is he big as hell? Yeah, you'll have to shoot me a link. I'll have to check it out. Oh, but anyways, it's a fun birthday. Got to go out and about a bit. Got to try a restaurant that I've never been to before. It's out of the way. We saw like somebody on Facebook shared it, and the food sounded cool, so we went and checked it out. It was pretty good. Wasn't disappointed. What's up with the Yellow Ranger in Space War? Oh, are you talking about this one? The comic book Yellow Ranger? So they were displayed on top of the helmets. But we were working on videos today, and I needed batteries, so I had to take the helmet off. And then I found out that I didn't have batteries in it anyways. So, yeah. Oh, and I just had to put the stuff back, because I'm currently working on moving stuff around here and kind of retweaking shelves a little bit. I've done a few of them. Like, down there, I have all my third movie Turtles. And the Lost of Space stuff's now hanging out down here. Oh, you found the binoculars? Yeah, I don't think they're like the hardest thing to find. It's just haven't really been looking. Like I said, it's one of those things like I would rather find them in person. Yeah, if you want, go for it. I'd be down. Granted, I can't buy anything spend a little too much money, birthday stuff. But I'll definitely check it out. We get this to flip. But yeah, so like the Ghostbusters, I moved over there. Lost in Space is hanging out there. I shifted around. I gotta move the Turtles. I don't know what I'm doing with yet. Because I legitimately don't know what I'm doing with the Joy Toys yet. And then those guys gotta get shimmied. And I kind of want to put them over here with near the other turtle things. Which means I kind of want to move those guys. That'll probably be like the miscellaneous turtle shelf. And get them closer to those. But then I have to move those. And then it's like, where the fudge am I moving those? It's bad enough I already condensed all the Ninja Rangers and such on that shelf so I can get the big turtles all on one shelf. Because they used to expand all over those things. Also, I found out that those Batman and Robin figures are actually worth quite a bit of money. So those are currently on eBay. I've been trying to, because I need to make some room, especially like the anime collection area. I've been wanting to cut down some of the statues to make room for more. So I put up some of those on my eBay, and they're just kind of on there, so they'll just hang on the shelf until they sell. Or I do something else. But yeah, it's so far the progress of the office. Like the big one was I went through all the Star Wars stuff and moved it around. So you'll see there's like a giant gap up there so I can fit some more things. So yeah. Fun thing is I had this office decently cleaned as of yesterday. It's not so clean anymore. Not so clean anymore. Amalgamation. But I just like the Bunny Girl stuff in general. The only one I plan on selling, I was going to sell one of them, is the Mai from Rascal Doesn't Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. But that's only because I have another one of her on pre-order that I like better. So I'm planning on switching them out. So more than likely, it'll be that, or if it doesn't sell eventually and I get the other one, it'll probably just end up as a Hammer video. I don't think you wrote down. And then the other fun board game one is I recently got this thing. A Salvation Army that was by us. We were checking it out. And I found this there for $3, so we did a video of that. And then this is what I was trying to hunt down batteries for. And then once I put the batteries in, found out that the thing doesn't work. I didn't even know it took batteries, to be honest. I was just like, yeah, it's kind of cool. It does the stuff. So you can still play with it, just as I have the sounds. So we did one of that. That's the one we just filmed. I'm going to do the Jaws. I have some other ones we never messed around with. And I eventually maybe want to see if I can get a hold of some friends and maybe do like a Discord call or something, and we can play. See how that goes. So like I could set up like the table to have the game, and you just do like one big Discord call, and we play the game and record it. I would like to do some more Kaiju Girls. It's just getting around to doing it. Would be cool. The one I really want to do is a Dinosaur Girl. I think is the next one I've had on my brain, because I want there's a manga I really liked a while back called My Girlfriend's a T-Rex, which is really cute. It's by the same person that made Ms. Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. And I really like that, and I like the design. So I wanted to maybe make something in that same vein. Maybe try to make the character. But I kind of need to sit like some decent time down to do it. And it's just like, I got to either work on that stuff or try to make money. So usually I try to make money. So currently my only Kaiju Girl is the one that hangs out up here in the display case, who currently fell over because I stole her stand. Which is my Shin Godzilla one. Which I really would love to do like a 1/6 scale version of this same figure. But using like an X plus Shin and then doing this same stuff, because then I could probably make the tail posable. Have some fun with that. Plus, it's a lot easier to find like generic anime girls now instead of using like a Supersonico. I could just use like a 30-minute sister or something in order to have the character and not have it look specifically like a character. Oh, is a throne and everything? Hot damn. That's pretty crazy. But anyways, I think we're going to call the stream good there. I'm going to go probably... Wife and I will probably play with the Jaws game and see how that goes. We'll let you know who wins. Thank you, Lady Draco. I don't think there was anything else that cool that happened. Yeah, there's nothing. Just like I started putting some stuff on eBay. I almost put the rest of the Dragon Ball Z action figures that I have on eBay because I only have Cooler and Piccolo left. But they're my favorites. So every time I like look at them and I'm like, I should probably sell you guys. And then I always put them back. Because I feel like I need something for Dragon Ball other than just having the Dragon Ball Gal figures. So, me and my favorite boys. So my favorite good guy, favorite bad guy. And I'm hoping they do more of the Yu Hakusho ones, because that's like my favorite anime of all time. So like if I'm gonna collect like a shonen anime of like every single character, I would wholeheartedly do Yu Hakusho. So yeah. Anyways, you can help us defeat those guys by hitting the like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. We also got Instagram, Patreon, TikTok, and Facebook. If you guys like to keep up the day with you and donate, greatly would appreciate it. If you'd like to pick up some of the stuff for yourself, like the Jaws game, you can check out Entertainment Earth. I don't know if this will be enough to get you free shipping, but it's there. Super sweet. I'm pretty happy with it so far for the price point I paid. Or if you'd like to pick up some Hiya Godzilla, there's also a link for CalcusToys.com. You save 6% off your order. Code SteveCalcus to check out. And I'll probably see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Videos will be up, more reviews should be up tomorrow. Because I'm going to try to edit one in a little bit and get it up on the Patreon. So, see you guys then.